Yanheizong is thousands of miles away from Yangzhou City. Even though Qianlikshu can travel thousands of miles a day, it still took Lin Feng 10 days to arrive. However, Lin Feng did not waste these 10 days. He rode on a horse in the vast territory. How could Lin Feng in the previous life have this kind of warm-blooded feeling? Before he knew it, his state of mind was broken through, and he also successfully entered the 7th level of Qi and martial arts in the martial arts. The realm is a matter of course, and in addition, the martial arts 9th level wave has also cultivated to the last level, 1 wave and 9 level. Today's Lin Feng has a powerful strength of nearly 8,500 caddies, which is incomparably powerful. Yanheizong is located on Yanheifeng, the main peak of Yunhai Mountains. Yanheifeng is not the highest peak in the mountain range, but it has a vast area. Looking from the sky to the ground, you can see that Yanheifeng is like a city in a mountain, surrounded by the highest Tongtian mountain with 8 pillars. Inside, feng shui is excellent. In Jiuxiao continent, feng shui means luck. Stop, dismount and move forward. At the foot of the mountain, 2 disciples guarding the mountain stopped Lin Feng and said coldly. Lin Feng raised his brows, pointed to the figure who rode into the mountain in front of him and said, "Why don't I see you stop him?" "Humph." One of them sneered, "Why are you a waste who was almost beaten to death compared to other people's inner disciples?" It turned out that it was because of his identity and strength. Lin Feng smiled. The guardian disciple of Yanheizong was just a decoration. Like him, he was an outer disciple. If a guest came, he would go to the sect and notify the section. How can there be any power to stop people, but it's just chores, not to mention stopping the sect disciples who are riding horses. The weak are to be bullied. Lin Feng sneered, not only did not dismount, but instead threw the reins. Jianli Shui roared forward. "Trash, you dare." The 2 of them shouted at the same time, wanting to stop them, but when they saw Lin Feng throw out both fists, a surging force suddenly came out, sending them flying directly. "If there is a next time, I will abolish your cultivation." Lin Feng rode past, and only with strength can he have the right to speak. The 2 guarding disciples climbed up and looked at Lin Feng's leaving figure in awe, and then showed a wry smile. Even the trash is stronger than them, no wonder they are only disciples of the mountain. In Yunhai sect, most of the 15 or 16-year-old teenagers are in the 6th or 7th realm of Qi Wujing, which is considered to be of ordinary aptitude, while the 8th Qujing is considered excellent. As for the 9th Qujing, they can be called geniuses. The door is focused on, as for a martial artist who can set foot in the spiritual martial realm at the age of 15 or 16, he can be regarded as a top genius in the entire Shuiyue kingdom. Contrary to those geniuses, if he still stays at the 5th level of Qi Wujing at the age of 15, he can only say that his aptitude is low, and he is considered to be the worst talent in the Yunhai sect. Therefore, Lin Feng was called a waste and was ridiculed by others. The news of Lin Feng's return quickly spread among the disciples of the Cloud Sea sect. His waste material was relatively well known in the Cloud Sea sect. Walking in the Cloud Sea sect, Lin Feng saw the expressions of the people around him, turned a deaf ear, and went straight. Walk towards the direction of Yanheizong Xingchen Pavilion. Xingchen Pavilion is the place where Yanheizong stores its exercises and martial arts. Every day, many sect disciples go to Xingchen Pavilion, and today is no exception. Lin Feng. A voice came. Lin Feng stopped, turned his eyes, and immediately saw a cold boy. "Your life is really big, it's not dead." The young man was Lin Heng, the eldest son of Lin Haoren, who took Lin Feng's life last time. Lin Feng glanced at Lin Heng and sneered in his heart. He was only at the 8th level of Qi and Wujing. Now he is not inferior to the opponent by virtue of his 7th Qiwu realm and the 9th wave. As long as he cultivates 1 or 2 more sets of martial arts, he is sure to defeat Lin. Constant. Therefore, Lin Feng ignored Lin Heng and directly entered the Xingchen Pavilion, first improving his strength and then taking revenge. Next time I will definitely let you die. Lin Hong saw Lin Feng ignore him, and a cold murderous intent flashed in his eyes. There was an old man in front of the gate of the Xingchen Pavilion, sitting there casually with a lazy gaze. Senior. Lin Feng bowed slightly to the old man. Although the other party was only an old man who guarded the pavilion, he was very inconspicuous. However, how important the Xingchen Pavilion is, only he is guarding it. It can be seen that the other party is not as simple as it seems. For example, in a TV series in a previous life, the sweeping monk of the Shaolin Temple's Sutra Pavilion was unfathomable. The old man's lazy eyes narrowed slightly. He glanced at Lin Feng in surprise, and then nodded to Lin Feng. 7th level Qi Martial Realm, you can only select martial arts and martial arts on the first floor of Xingchen Pavilion, at most 2 sets. Understood. Lin Feng replied, the Xingchen Pavilion is divided into 3 floors, and the disciples who cultivated in the Qiwu realm have no inner door token, so they can only choose the exercises and martial arts on the first floor. The exercises and martial arts on the first floor of Xingchen Pavilion are all yellow level, but there are a lot of them. Here, you can find the most suitable exercises and martial arts for you. This is the background of the sect, and it is not something that his Lin family can compare to. The Kung Fu Lin Feng does not need it for the time being, so he mainly looks for it on the bookshelf where martial arts are placed. 7 kill boxing, 1 punch and 7 kills, suitable for system martial arts owners to practice. Hurricane Slash, using the power of the wind, turns it into a wind blade attack, which is suitable for the owner of the wind martial arts to practice. Barbarian Niu Ju, a high-grade Huan-level exercise suitable for cultivation by beast-type martial spirit owners. Lin Feng flipped through the martial arts in his hand, and then put it down. His martial arts were dark martial arts, which could enhance all the qualities of martial arts, including comprehension. Therefore, there were no restrictions on him. He could practice any martial arts. It is the perversion of the dark martial arts, so he hopes to find powerful martial arts. King Feng Jianju, the sword is like the breeze, light and elegant, and pervasive, suitable for sword and martial arts soul owners to practice. Lin Feng's eyes paused for a moment. He yearned for the pleasure and revenge of swordsmanship, so he had an indescribable emotion for the sword, but this Qingfeng swordsmanship did not seem to be what he wanted. The technique of drawing swords, drawing a sword like thunder, kills with 1 strike, suitable for sword-type martial arts owners to practice. Sword drawing technique. Lin Feng stopped in his footsteps. This sword drawing technique seems to be different from other sword techniques. The last thing a swordsman wants is the moment when the sword is drawn, because the time delay affects the drawing of the sword. However, the sword drawing technique is about drawing the sword. Surely kill, the sword must see blood, the moment the sword is out, the power is the strongest, if you miss a hit, it means failure. Moreover, sword drawing is not divided into several levels, like other martial arts. There is only 1 level, 1 action, drawing the sword, killing people, and those who achieve the ultimate level, the sword is drawn, and the blood is drunk. That's it. Lin Feng put away the sword drawing technique, and then prepared to choose a light exercise and movement technique. After all, he might guarantee that every time he would be able to kill with 1 strike. If he failed, he could escape instantly with good body technique and martial arts. Buffering time, moreover, Lingbo microstepping, flying over the eaves and walking the walls, is the dream of every earthling. Lin Feng then chose a set of martial arts skills called Floating Light and Glimpsing Shadow. When he reached the strongest state, he could make his body look like floating light, only seeing shadows and not seeing people. Lin Feng, who had a good harvest, took the 2 martial arts books to the old man Shuj for registration. Sword drawing. The old man whispered. Yu reading www.yuyukansha.com said, "Young man, this martial art is the first time someone has chosen sword drawing. It is difficult to be faster than the opponent, and if you are not fast enough, the outcome is already doomed. It can be said that this martial art is very strong, but the requirements are too high. You have to be extremely fast, faster than any opponent, in order to kill in one hit. I understand. Lin Feng knew that the other party was well-intentioned and reminded himself that if the sword was not drawn fast enough, the sword drawing technique would not only fail to draw blood from the sword, but would have the opposite effect and put him in a critical situation. It's good if you know it well. If you're not sure, it's best not to use it indiscriminately. It's a good physical and martial skill. The old man didn't say much, and helped Lin Feng to register it. After all, the martial arts and exercises selected in Xingchen Pavilion must be within 1 month. Returning it cannot affect other sect disciples who want to cultivate. Thank you for your guidance, Senior. Lin Feng took over the martial arts, and then respectfully thanked the old man. Yeah. The old man smiled and nodded. This soft sword can be used as a belt at ordinary times, but it's useless in my place. You can take it and play with it. Don't thank me, the old man can't take it anymore, go and practice. The old man wanted to thank Lin Feng again, and waved his hand with a smile. Lin Feng touched his head and put his gratitude in his heart. With his sword-drawing skills, if he matched it with a soft sword that could be hung around his waist, he would definitely be more confident that he would kill with 1 hit. He smiled and nodded at the old man, and then Lin Feng left.